Guys, they did it. They didn't fumble a Zipcaster kit. We're gonna start with this one first. We're gonna start with this kit first. I want to talk about Auto Zip Squiffer because finally they've added a zip kit that they haven't fumbled. Because look at Caster, man. Look at this. Look at Dart. Look at Sprinkler. They finally did not give it a throw sub. So I am very excited for Zip Squiffer. Obviously, casual-wise, one of the most fun weapons you could ever put in the game. That's already a win. But I've seen some debate about how good Zipcaster is for Squiffer and how good Zip is in general. Now first off, I just want to say something, okay? Zip as a whole is one of the better specials in the game right now. Like, Caster is a very strong continuation tool. Like, you could basically use it as a panic button to get away, and then people would have to sit and watch your recall for like 8 seconds, which is bad. So you can basically use it as a getaway. You have a one-shot combo. You have pretty solid AoE. If you like zip a wall next to a guy, you can do like 45 to 35 damage. That's pretty good. And it's a movement tool. It's very strong already. Like, when you look at Zipcaster weapons, I know Stamper is the only one that sees use. But like, Petra with Zip having Zip is not the problem. It's the Sprinkler. Carbon is that it is auto. Luna is that it sucks, etc. You know? It's never really been the problem that has been the Caster. Now, there's one downside with this kit that I'm going to be honest about, which is that it's going to be hard. It's going to be a very hard weapon to get value out of. It'll be a lot like Stamper in that regard, where just because Zip works really well with this weapon doesn't mean the value you get out of it is free, because you still have to hit your shots, and obviously that's difficult. But here's the thing. What holds this kit back, outside of just being kind of mediocre in general, is Squiffer can, like, get a kill, and it's really hard to chain that kill into other things. This is why in Splatoon 2, you saw Squiffer players pick the Baller Squiffer over the one with 170 armor. Because you would get a kill, you would get rushed, you would pop Baller, roll around, blow up, try to do a little combo out of it, and just keep going. Or, you know, same thing with the Inkjet Squiffer. This Squiffer can actually do that. Like, you get a kill, you pop Zip, and you go chase the backline. Or you go try to zip this guy near you who's weak, or whatever. And that's it. You just do that. And it's good. It's gonna be hard for some people to be convinced. I get it. But, I mean, it does what you want with Squiffer. Gives you an option against long-range weapons. Gives you a get-out-of-jail-free card if you get rushed. Gives you a way to extend your kills into multi-kills. And it's just flat-out cool. And let me tell you guys, you want a kit that's fun when you get a kit. Even if you're a comp player, you want a kit that'll at least be fun on top of being good. It extends your ability to play the game and enjoy it so much if you have something fun. So Squiffer players, they got a big W here. And, yeah. Some people may take a bit to be convinced. That's fine. I can understand the, difficulty with Caster. Because, yeah, it is a very hard special to use properly. But hopefully some people will be willing to get over the learning curve. Because I think this weapon can do some pretty crazy things. And I actually didn't even talk about Autobomb. But, I mean, you've had Autobomb before. You guys get it, right? It's the same thing as Bamboo, right? You throw Auto, tells you where people are. You can even throw Auto at a spot you want to cast that you think someone might be hiding at. So, you know, cheap bomb, good poking tool, deals with people in cover, gives you more shots to find. Yeah, just a better version of this, basically, in terms of what Squiffer wants. So, cool. Let's talk about the dualies. So, first off, before we get into them, I guess briefly, the demo video was not on a new stage. So, yeah. A little bit less hopeful we get a returning stage. Could still happen, but it's a bit of a bad sign. And no other weapon in this video used its sub or special. Again, I've checked. I've had other people check. So, it isn't, it's intentional. They're clearly trying to not spoil people before they reveal the weapons on Twitter with the spinny images, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, which is unfortunate. So, this weapon's getting a lot of shit right now because its roll is only one. You only get one dodge roll. And you need your dodge roll for your fast killing mode, which is not a good sign. By the way, this video has some odd slowdown at times, which I think is hurting the weapons perception, and some people even thought Whale got nerfed with its time. I don't know why the vid, like, literally slows down at times. It's really weird. But the turret mode fire rate is way better than it looks in this clip. Like, someone has timed it from the trailer. It's one of the fastest kill times in the game. So that's very good, and the dodge roll is very long. But now that you only have one of them, it's going to be very predictable and difficult to set up that rolled kill mode. You're basically committing to having 0 mobility while you have it. I'm not sure exactly how little end lag you have on this thing, because they kind of stay in turret mode pretty much every time, but hopefully it's low. Outside of that, yeah, I think this is still very much like a Jet Squelcher, maybe a little bit less range, but same kind of stays at a distance, pokes, but has a bit more ability to go for kills since it has a combat mode with its dodge roll. That's pretty fun. I think it looks really interesting. The kit's whatever for me. I think Ink Mine is fine for its long-range mode. Like, it should combo with the damage well, and it's good to bait people, and it works as a supportive tool. But it does nothing to help its rolled mode, and considering the rolled mode only has one dodge roll, it might have needed some help with it. I guess we'll have to see how much it needs it, but I think that it really could have used a bit of a tool for that, so mine doesn't really do anything in that regard. I guess it means Glooga is saved from Fate of Ink Mine, though, so that's nice. Outside of that, it has Whale, and yeah, this is where more Nova comparisons came in, of course, because mine and Whale are both tools on the different Novas. But I think Whale is good on this weapon. I have said it over and over that Whale is best on weapons it can more easily combo with, and a 5-shot weapon that probably does 24 damage, if I had to guess, will combo very easily with Whale to save shots to kill. And unlike Nova, which has horrible RNG regardless of what you do, this weapon actually has a fighting mode that might care about the Whale. Like, if you roll and you shoot someone and you only have to hit 3 or 4 shots, that does matter. And you can obviously, like, chase people away with it. I think the long-range mode really depends on the accuracy. How well can it actually hit people reliably? It really needs to not be inaccurate. I know the roll mode already looks accurate, so that's fine, but I think with Nova, that it being a 5-shot isn't the problem. I think it's that it has too little range and too much shot RNG to reliably deal damage, so it just special spams. I think this weapon will be able to be much better at dealing damage, so that's good. But is the main weapon still going to be good enough, you know, in a combat sense, to be worth picking? I'm not sure. I think it depends on, again, similar factors. Range and how reliably can you get damage. So I think it's a very interesting concept. I hope it works out. But the kit is very mediocre. It's not horrible, but mediocre kits in this game just, you know, they tend to have really strong main weapons to make them work. And while I do think the Dualie is more solid than people give it credit for, do I think it's a strong main weapon? No. And yeah, this means outside of Squiffer this season, we still don't really have any super optimal kits, so it's good we have at least one of them, but the track record's still pretty bad, and now that we have 8 Whale weapons, it opens up the possibility for other weapons to get a lot of specials. Some good possibilities, we could get another cooler weapon, which we desperately need, and a lot of bad possibilities. We could get, like, another stamp or slider weapon, so we'll see if something gets Curse of Reef Slider this season as well, then we might not be free. We'll see, though. So, more kit possibilities open up. We only got 3 left if there's no secret kit reveals, which we'll see if that's the case, which is the Dreadringer and the E-Leader and Flingza. So, a lot of potential there. We know the subs for all of them. It's just going to depend on the specials. We'll see what these things get. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.